I wiped out another couple of Crusaders. Great, my fragile dude is up front. You go for that. Bear, go for that. Let's see. Wait, what's the difference between this song and this song? That's skills, this is attacks. Alright. Alright, sing me that song. Begin raging. That should be adequate. What a fight! Oh yeah, Fearman of the Fire, I love it. That ripple is the song. A blind elf stands before you. He looks extremely strange. His face wears its years heavily, which is unusual for members of his race. Thinning gray hair. Where is he in the fire? Where is this guy? Thinning gray hair, a ragged beard, sightless milky eyes, pale papery skin covered in age spots, a spine curved by the passage of time. This is not how elves typically age. The youth that grace the faces of elves even on their deathbed has totally abandoned this decrepit specimen. The old elf holds out his hand in your direction in the perennial gesture of the blind, greeting you with an unexpectedly strong and calm voice. Hello, I am the storyteller, and I wish to thank my rescuers. That is you, if I'm not mistaken. Oh yes, we are your rescuers, the very idea. I, the savior of helpless old men. A whisper of this could cost me my reputation as a heartless narcissist, built over years of ceaseless toil. That's the damage bad company can do. Darren turns his eyes on you. You'll be the ruin of me, won't you? Wait, this looks very flirty. I'm doing it. Look into Darren's eyes. Yes. Does that scare you? No, it doesn't. He keeps his eyes locked on yours. The threat is great, but I am not one to turn my back on fear. I think I just accidentally swapped teams for my character. I tire of this. That fine old fellow you saved is still awaiting your reaction, by the way. How come you didn't burn? To tell the truth, I do not know. I felt the heat. It was so strong. I waited for the pain, the burning, but I was unscathed. But the smoke nearly did finish me off. It may be some form of magical protection against fire, but I don't know by what means I have acquired it. Just another oddity from my collection of the inexplicable. I'm taking you to Defender's Heart. Please accept my sincere thanks once again, and if I may, please don't rush. I'll struggle to keep up with your young legs. No, don't go to Defender's Heart yet. Okay, hold on a sec. I want to make sure she stops the song and stop the rage, because otherwise they're going to keep using it up. Did you just swap Lord Farron from GW2 for Pathfinder? Darren? Maybe. Wait, what was that? I saw something up there.
I found.
I like how the bear just ran over and got this. Is that fire gonna hurt him? I hope not. Why would you path through that? The bookcase is full of text describing demons and methods of fighting them. Regrettably, all this knowledge wasn't enough to save the city. Oh, Laura's up to plate.
Next time.
She failed. Her first knowledge check. She failed. Oh, Wojtek leveled up. Nailed it. The Great Library of Cadavers has been ravaged and wrecked in the most barbaric way. Someone took perverse pleasure in smashing lamps and furniture. Hi! Grabbing lots of books here. Alright, I guess we're ready to go back. Yeah, we can go back now. Okay. Fade to black. I love it when if the quest does make you go back to town. I love when it doesn't actually make you do it and you just kind of teleport there. All right, I.O. Beansy at Dennis. All right, why are we back here? Let's try telling Erebeth we found the storyteller and see what happens. Nope, that's not it. Is the storyteller gonna be here in the tavern or something? There he is. The blind elf looks better than he did in your last encounter. His clothes are clean, his pale face has some color. The elf turns to you and listens closely. Is that you, my savior? I recognize your footsteps. Determined footsteps befitting a determined person. Allow me to thank you for saving me. Please accept this humble gift as a token of my appreciation. Storyteller's ring. He hands you a small black ring with 2 scarlet runes on it. Erebeth has explained why you are looking for me. I warned the authorities of Kenabris that the local wardstone has been desecrated. They waved off my warning and paid for their inaction. So is this guy part of that same group that dude in town was like, calling crazies? I have examined many wardstones, and only in the one guarding Kenabris did I sense a flaw, a spot of corruption inside, a vulnerability the demons will surely use. They are able to spread the blight inside of the wardstone, corrupt it, and make it their weapon. It frightens me to think what it will be capable of. The wardstone must be destroyed. Who are you, and why did they let you near the wardstone? I am the storyteller, just an old elf, and a bit more. I am old even for an elf. I've seen many things and have been to many places. Not so long ago, I witnessed the making of a young kingdom in the Stolen Lands. It is the same guy. It is the same guy. This is the same dude from Kingmaker. It's not just like another storyteller. It's the same one. Stolen Lands is where Kingmaker took place. Led by a remarkable and promising individual. It was me! My advice on the complicated matter of conquering those lands proved useful to that leader. This is not uncommon for me. Some seek my advice or services, and I don't refuse. This is how I acquired my reputation as an old vagrant who's never hurt anyone. Let me turn this off, and people are redeeming pet chip. An old vagrant who's never hurt anyone, stayed out of other squabbles, but sometimes gave good advice. I had a few friends in Nerosian who vouched for my integrity. That is why my humble request to be allowed to see the wardstones was granted. I visited all of them, but only found cause for alarm in Kenabris. What blight is in the wardstone? I'm afraid I don't have the answer to your question. To understand the nature of this blight, we need to understand how the wardstone was created, and it is hidden from me. I can only guess. Have you heard of the Red Morning Massacre? A dreadful morning remembered even with fear, even by those not yet born at the time. A demoness called Minago invaded the city with a crowd of her followers and started to do what demons do best, kill and desecrate. Isn't that the thing Staunton accidentally started? They say they covered the wardstone with pieces of dead bodies, splashed it with blood from top to bottom. Could such an abomination darken the radiance of the gift of Iyomide herself? The locals think this is impossible, but who knows? Bedtime is 5 a.m. Don't let me die. I'll keep you appraised of the situation. It was not the last attack. Many demon leaders brought their unholy forces here. Even the terrifying Baelor Koramzada. Their attacks were rebuffed, but they still reached their target. I think this is when the seed of corruption was planted in the stone. It wouldn't have grown on its own, but Daskari himself has now come to take advantage of this weakness, to open the abscess that has been festering for years, unnoticed by the people of Kenabris. And when the demon lord struck the blow, the weakened stone gave in. Now it's in demon hands, and nothing is stopping them from spreading the blight through the entire stone, and from it to the other stones across the perimeter of the Whirlwind. Okay, I have heard you, Storyteller. In some cases, you must make every possible effort to destroy the corruption. Unfortunately, I don't know where to get an instrument powerful enough to banish it from the wardstone. As far as I know, there's nothing like it in Kenabris, but the demons might have something. I heard the dying roar of Terendelev, the Silver Dragon, the protector of the city. At the same time, I felt a wave of unfamiliar powers seep over me from head to toe. I would advise you to go where Terendelev perished and search there for something. I'm sorry, I can't be more specific, but intuition and a strange sense of rightness tell me to pinpoint you there. Present the purple stone knife. I found it in the square where Terendelev perished. What do you make of this? This was like the thing of pure order and law. The storyteller reaches out and says softly, even from here I can feel strange energies emanating from this object. If you don't mind, I will examine it using my method. I will try and see the past of its owner, their emotions, and shreds of their memories. Maybe it'll help us better understand what we're dealing with. He touches the knife, his fingers clamping around the hilt with a hungry, masterful grip. His face contorts into an evil grimace, his voice disgustingly raspy. Hunger. My many legs bring me into the lair, to my mother's feasting hall. Her swollen body overfilled with food is so huge that I have to look at it with all of my eyes at once. Is he a spider? On top of it is her scrawny little head with a long beak that is always yearning for more food. You feel feverish. Your chest, where the mysterious wound is concealed, feels hot. Your mind is flooded with a wave of visions that repeat the words of the old elf. Mother greets me with a placid screech. Stupid, greedy wretch whose only achievement is my birth. That's how to get slapped. A creepy, wingless creature. It's your fault I have no wings. A symbol of greatness. A birthright I should have received from my mighty father. Mother points me to a crowd of whimpering subjects, suggesting I fortify myself with their pathetic flesh. Not today. I summon my spawn and they fly to me, enveloping me in a teeming cloud. Oh my god, it's the demon that killed the dragon. Do you guys remember the demon that killed the dragon? He had wings made out of small bugs. This is him. Like dark buzzing wings, they unfold behind my back and lift me up. Mother has always been stronger, but she did not expect this. I dive on her and rip her limp, bloated body with my claws. Ichor splatters, the bone spurs of my heels sink into her flesh. I clench her pitiful tiny head and tear it off along with the shreds of meat. Victory. I am the strongest. I am the son of my winged father. The elf grimaces with distaste, his voice becoming normal again. Appalling stories like that are the most difficult ones to keep with me. Did this knife belong to a demon? The storyteller opens his mouth to answer, but a sudden spasm crosses his face. A new vision, a much stronger one, engulfs the old elf. The malevolent undertones vanish from his voice as it grows more determined and tired. Even looking at the wardstone is difficult. Despite the corruption nestling in it, it still has an aura of strength. Your fingers clench the stone hilt so tight it hurts. A little spot on the flawless surface of the wardstone draws your attention. It looks like a butterfly. Corruption in the guise of something utterly harmless. But it will grow. You swing and stab the butterfly with your knife as hard as you can. Your fingers cramp painfully. A howl invades your ears. Light. White light everywhere. The stone knife falls from the old elf's hand. Out of breath, he drops to his knees. He is trembling, the terror on his face so unlike his usual dignified manner. What was that? That was not the past. That was something that is yet to happen. Or rather, might happen. One of the roads to the future. In one of the possible futures, this item will help you cleanse the wardstone or to destroy it. You feel a longing to take the stone chisel and plunge it into your chest, right into the wound that is opened up in it. It is hard to resist this feeling, but at the last moment your self-preservation instinct takes over and you manage to keep control of your own hands. The old man stands up, he looks completely stunned. Never before has anything like this happened to me, but now I am not an oracle or a prophet. Or is this another riddle from the past that has caught up with me? I must find out. Seeing stories that have happened is one thing, but seeing stories that have not yet to happen, I don't know why this is happening now. But there's one thing I'm sure of. This is not a coincidence. This is a sign of coming changes. Great changes. I shared your vision, and the knife tempted me. Did you see what I saw? This has never happened before. Could it be the magic of the object that you brought me? I sense dark energies in it that can cloud and charm the mind. Be careful with them. It may have tried to influence you, but you managed to overcome its power and subdue it. Or perhaps something else happened to us, something we don't yet understand. Maybe the knife gives you power of divination? This knife is a powerful artifact, but I feel that it is power of a different nature. No, I felt the same as I do when I tell the past. This is my gift, but manifested in a completely abnormal way. Your powers are amazing. A few minutes ago I would have agreed with you, but something that has just happened, it disturbs me. My gift has never manifested like this. Something has changed, and these changes frighten me. I found a page that might interest you. The storyteller carefully takes the page from your hands, his fingers touching the ancient letters gently, examining them lightly, following their lines. I see myself young, energetic, able to see? Oh gods, have I found the key to my past? Finally, I will find out what my own mind has been hiding from me. Item lost, elven notes. The elf's expression becomes withdrawn. The wrinkles on his face soften. Thank you, Mukluk, and please follow me to my story. Let us embark on this journey together. The storyteller inhales sharply a few times and begins his story. They are leaving. The people of Keonan faced the coming Earthfall and admitted that they were incapable of handling this disaster. Proud rulers, artful crafters, brave warriors, wise mages, and skilled healers, all of them hurry to the gate of Tavern, looking around carefully. A clean, safe world is waiting for them there. My people decided not to fight for Galarian. I am ashamed and I am sorry for them. Their hearts wavered in the face of the catastrophe, but my will is strong. I am staying. My kinfolk are looking at me angrily. How dare I diminish their decision with my recklessness? My choice makes them cowards, traitors of their own home. One of them, my former mentor, looks at me bitterly. He hands me a neat notebook with a tree bark cover. In case you change your mind. With a heavy sigh, he returns to those lines of those departing. Forgive me, brothers and sisters. I watch the gate of Sovereign Stone close, separating me from them. Storyteller, it's time for me to go too. I open my master's notebook. These are his notes about traveling between worlds, in case you change your mind. He hopes the burden I shouldered voluntarily will be too much. I will lose heart and find my way back to Sovereign. That will never happen. My mouth set stubbornly, I tear my master's notebook to pieces. I use my forced pride as my shield against my fear of what is to come. Okay. What happened next? Earthfall happened at night. I'm standing... Wait, hold on. Let's mouse over this. Earthfall is the name given to a cataclysmic event in which a shower of meteorites impacted Galarian. I'm standing at the top of my tower many miles to the north of Keonan, and I see a blaze far in the south. I hear a horrendous rumble. The air is groaning, giving way to a huge rock rushing down on my world. Then a blow. Vibration that penetrates everything, reaching down into the bowels of Galarian and up to the vaults of the sky. Crunching bones, blood from burst vessels filling my eyes with darkness. Drowning in timelessness along with countless denizens of Galarian. Never before have we been so united in our feelings. When I come around, the darkness remains. My first terrible thought. I'm blind. But no, little by little I begin to see the stone wall. I am alive. But why is it so dark? The answer is quick. The smell of ash everywhere. The great burnt sacrifice filled the air with incinerated particles of what was recently the continent of Aslant. Great clouds of ash covered the sky, cutting us off from the sun and the moon, dooming us to dusk at day and complete darkness at night. My heart sinks with fear. Treacherous thoughts fill my mind, and why did I stay? Why didn't I run like everyone else when I had the chance? I clench my teeth and stand up to watch Earthfall, proudly like the last Archmage of Keonan said. Should. Will my world really perish like this? Will I perish? No, that will never happen. I am still alive and I could fight Earthfall and the darkness, not run from it in a blind panic like my kinfolk and my cowardly teacher. But what can I do? I will not stop the disaster. I will hardly be able to save empires from their destruction. What can I do? I am but one Archmage, powerful and weak at the same time. What next? I don't know. I need to think. My opponent, Earthfall, is much stronger than me. He's fighting meteorites. Without noticing, the storyteller raises his voice to a shout. Oh man, imagine just talking to this guy and he just starts screaming in the end. It is merciless! It does not simply destroy life. It kills an era, ending the greatness of Galarian civilizations. They will sink into oblivion, be forgotten as if they never existed. I need to think. The elf suddenly winces and is silent for a few moments as he calms his heavy breathing. Forgive me, I shouldn't have raised my voice. The story was much harder than many before it, most likely because I played the main role in it. It is so strange to see myself, feel the emotions tearing me up inside, those that I felt a long time ago, and not remember them. It's like I split. I became both the storyteller and the main character. Too bad the story ended at that moment. Please, if you find other pages covered with ancient elven writings on your travels, bring them to me. I might be able to shed some light on my past, and we will find out how my story ended, and perhaps even why I forgot it. Thank you. Thank you for helping me remember them. Can you examine the items I'm carrying and see if any of them tell us a story? Let me touch them, I'll tell you what I see. The old elf carefully takes Yaniel's sword Radiance. Powerful forces lie dormant in this sword. It used to belong to an incredibly bright and daring soul. His hands run carefully over the scale that has not lost its shine. Proud Terendalev, protector of Kenabres, you devoted your life to serving people. Your death is a great loss. But maybe I will be able to find out something about you that is unknown to your many admirers. He fiddles with the fragment of a gold buckle. An old thing, created long ago by divine will, but the power that gave birth to it was lost in the darkness. However, the relic still lives on, though it has changed. I wonder what secret it is hiding. Would you like to know it? Bring me 5 vials of magic essence, and I will revive this object, and with it, its story. Have you played Kingmaker? Yes, I have. The elf looks at you with unusual impatience. Shall we? Alright, let's start with Radiance. What do you see? The storyteller touches the blade with his finger. Sadness rings. Dresden is doomed. Demons attacked right when we lost the protection of the Sword of Valor. My city, my bastion of hope. We built you as a symbol that the lands mutilated by the abyss could still be restored to mortals. Now you are perishing and there is nothing I can do. We retreat. No, we flee. A frightened crowd rushes out into the night through the southern gate. They are chased by the angry howls of demons, killing the last defenders of the citadel. My heart goes out to them, but I am standing still on the wall. I am covering the retreat. Demons do not attack. They seethe around you, fall from the sky, strike from all sides at once. They can't be stopped, but they can be distracted. I run to the upper floor of the gate tower. Radiance glows with the golden light in my hands. I permit myself to close my eyes for just one heartbeat. I imagine that the soft glimmering of the sword I see through my closed eyelids is the light of the summer sun. I smile. I open my eyes and call out, "Hey, Deskari spawn, who wants the best trophy of the night? You know my name, Yaniel. You know how many of you I have killed with this very hand. You want to curry favor with Darazan, Minago, or the echo of your lord? Bring them my head, if you can." Yo, this is some Joan of Arc stuff right now. Chad, this lady's hardcore. Roaring and screaming, they rush toward me in a wave of deformed bodies and unfurled wings. The wave crashes against me, spattering my armor with bloody froth. Broken wings and chopped up bodies plummet to the foot of the tower. In the heat of battle, I see Joran's pale face down there. He looks up at me in desperation, but he can't help. He's carrying 2 wounded on his shoulders. My city will fall, but my friends will survive. This is what I am fighting for. I am covering the retreat. The flow of fleeing people gradually dwindles. My armor is broken in many places, and I cannot heal my wounds anymore. The last demon I stabbed with Radiance suddenly recoils, tearing the handle out of my blood-slickened hand. He flies up but falls somewhere far beyond the walls by the road, being taken by those fleeing. No more golden glow in my hands. The night closes in around me, filled with shrieking, mocking demon laughter. Dresden, I'm dying with you. Light of the sword, righteous Yomade, accept my soul. The storyteller runs his hand along the blade with a sad smile. I know whose memory this is. I've heard about her so many times. Yaniel was a true crusader. Touching her memories is so cleansing. Do you see the future of this sword? Just one of numerous possibilities. He touches the hilt and metal rings. I slide out of the sheath swiftly. I proudly watch the army of warriors led by my lord. I sing, slashing the air, putting courage in their hearts. I am Radiance. Tremble, city of Dresden. My lady Yaniel has perished, but I am not done yet. Charge. He returns the sword. It is nice to know the sword's glory days are not over. It has many battles ahead. Take care of it. It is a glorious sword. Alright, Terendalev's scale. I am flying. I can finally spread my wings. I am gliding over a broad river. The sunset has turned its surface smooth like a mirror, and I see my reflection. It is as if another silver dragon is rising to meet me from the depths. But what is it? The scales on my chest are black, and the darkness is spreading over my body. I wake up. A clear sky sways above me, blazing with heat. I am in human form. The red dust of the wound clings to my cracked lips. Someone is carrying me on a stretcher made of shields and spears. I am so weak I can barely lift my hand to my face. The sight of my own hand terrifies me. It is black and the skin glistens like scales melted by fire. I probably ought to cry, but I only feel hatred and nausea. All these people around me, out of sympathy for them, did I choose to leave the mountains. I gave up my flights over rivers. I went to the demon's lair. They don't have a scratch on them, but I am infected with foulness. It's not fair. My life is more precious than their pathetic existence. Oh, how I hate them in this moment. And then I suddenly feel shame. No, these are not my thoughts. The Crusaders carrying me are my good friends. I am glad they did not suffer, but I hate them so much and myself so much. Pain and hatred pierce me all at once. It's all because of them, all because of them. Someone walking beside me touches me, talks to me, but the only thing I hear is, your mentor. He will come, he will help, and I lose consciousness. Such hatred from Terendalev? Wasn't she on our side? Terendalev has come a long way. Her unit was ambushed by demons once, and she was infected with foulness. The Terendalev you met in Kenabris had gone through many trials and regained her former purity. What happened next? He puts his hand to his forehead. Sometimes the past can be as vague as the future. We all know how Terendalev's story ended, but the beginning is hidden from us. Maybe if you find something else that used to belong to her, we'll know more about her struggle. No matter what we learn, remember her soul. The soul of a true dragon overcame every obstacle, endured every torment. She was able to purify herself. For dragons are truly powerful, not only in body, but in spirit as well. Alright, I don't have the buckle and the materials. Alright, the last thing is the stone knife. He touches the knife, his finger clamping around the hilt with hungry, masterful grip. His face contorts into an evil grimace. Hunger. My many legs bring me... Oh, wait, this is just a repeat of the bug story. Okay. Thank you for the story. Okay. Okay, wow. All right. That was a lore bomb. All right. Let's step outside and find another thing that needs to be done. Yep, got the same team. Oh, I need to set up a formation for them once we get going, now that Lara's joined the party. Okay, we've handled the library, discussed the Grey Garrison attack plan with Iravileth, kill Ramian. I don't really want to kill Ramian. The other guy's been a jerk. Tirabade Residence. Sure. The hideout requires me to take a part. I really dislike when a mission requires you to take a party member that you don't even want to use. So I often end up skipping those. Alright, you tank that, Bear tank that, everyone else can go free for all. Dude, that raptor is so fast. Alright, let's take a look at our formation really quickly here. So she's a tank, these are my two tanks. Melee fighters are... not you. Shulk, the cat, and the raptor. And Shulk's the most important one, so we'll do something like that. And then... the bard is closer to the middle, and these four are the squeeze. Alright, that'll be acceptable. So now when we move them, they'll form up like that. Just don't fireball my backline. I want Dennis to be a character. We can't really make more customs. Unless if I replace her and him, but then we would have no, like, voice lines from anyone in the party. Welcome to Arrival, hello. Do you see the little owl cat? Yeah, it's this guy's pet. His name is Head Chomper. Is this Guild Wars 2 lore? No.
Into the fray.
You know what? For this, Laura, sing us a song. See, it's just like click, click, buff on the whole party. Just got here, had a TPK yet. Nope, I have not. Wait. I did have to reload one single time. Early in the game, there's a bonus room that has a water elemental. The water elemental wiped my party, and I had to reload the game right before the fight, and I killed it on the second attempt. I'm not sure if you know the one I'm talking about. It wasn't, like, in the main path. It just ended up doing it. Is this a fighting area? I feel like it might be. If it's a fighting area, I want to buff up, but I don't want to waste the buffs if it's not. Okay.
No mistakes.
Oh, that's weird. Okay, so that... Alright, so he's channeling the raptor thing. So now we're all much faster. You need to always have this on.
Smile, the world's not ending just yet.
We shall move.
Alright, enlarge person on Shulk. The Noxie is gonna turn Shulk into Godzilla. And...
my way.
The road calls me. I'll take the bait.
I'll put a strength buff on her too. Boom!
This will hurt.
Dude! She hit him so hard. He's over there now.